Glover, thanks for sending me your videos, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right, so let's break down this big sexy move you got here. So it sounds like obviously your driver's going right, irons are going left, and I can tell you why. I mean, it's the whole goal out of this that we don't want to make you redo, your entire swing. You've got your swing mastered to a degree. So it's kind of more so ideas that we can put in place to help you control what you do. So the biggest thing that you do differently compared to most people is you have what's called a strong left hand grip. And if you look down at your left hand, what a strong grip means is if the back of your hand where you see your knuckles, if that's more so facing the sky, that's considered strong. To where if you see more of your palm, that's considered weak. So you have a strong grip. The knuckles are facing the sky. What that does is when you have a strong grip is that forces the club to be closed, which means left. So when you have a grip that's strong, you're going to be fighting it the whole time. And then you can see that as you take this club away, look at that club face. I don't know if you can see that that club face is pointed straight down to the ground. Most people, or if you look at most PGA Tour players, or good elite ball strikers, is their club face is mostly kind of pointed over here. Yours is pointed at the ground. So a little bit of difference. Now I'm not saying you have to change that, but we have to keep that in mind, because if the club face is dead shut, that means the golf club, as you go into impact, is trying to go that way. So the only way we have to counteract this, we have to come a little bit more from the inside, so that rather than it going dead left, it kind of comes out towards the target. So let's take a look at what we got going on. Club face dead shut. Now, if your irons are going dead left, I can see why. As you take this club back, see how close to your head it gets? You're kind of picking it straight up. The only way that this club can get down to the ball is every club moves directly at the ball. So you can see how much of a limited path that is. So once you get that thing moving in that direction, that club face is going to match it, if not go further left. So what I would suggest that you do is ideally, I'd like to feel like the club's getting a little bit more behind you, more so going that direction. From right here, you pick the club straight up. I want it to go more so this way. Kind of feel like it's getting more so into your right bicep, if that makes sense. And what that's going to do is when you get to the top of your swing, rather than your hands being here, they're going to naturally end up over here. And then what that's going to allow you to do is that's going to allow you to kind of drop the club more so this way. So what you can see right here is with your hands go straight down, and that's going to lead, as we said, because your club face is naturally closed, you're always trying to go that way. So by moving your hands more inside and getting it to that second circle right around in here, it's going to allow you to come more so down in this direction, which is going to allow your club face to be more so on that target. So that's a very simple fix that you can do with your iron. Just more so getting those hands to go on the takeaway. Almost the feeling like you're trying to take your hands more so inside and through your right bicep rather than picking up and going by your hands. Okay? Make sense? Now, what's peculiar is you got your driver, which is a completely different motion than your irons. As we saw, your iron was pointed straight at the ground, and when we move your driver, look at your driver, it's not as much to the ground, it's actually open. And then what you do from here is then you kind of come down and you kind of cut across it. What I would suggest that you do is we almost kind of need to mimic your iron a little bit. First thing I would encourage you to do is you can see your body is pointed left. That could be because you like to hit it, as you said, your ball moves to the right. What I would suggest that you do is I would like to see you move your right foot back, and that's going to move your body to be pointed to the right. And then we would like to mimic the exact same thing that you would do with your irons. Is we want those hands to move inside and behind you so that you can hit the golf ball from the inside. Right now, if we watch your motion, you're kind of coming down on top of it. See how it's very choppy, almost like you're kind of cutting across it? We want this thing to be coming in from this direction. That way you can hit a draw and to kind of mimic your irons rather than kind of slicing across it. So the biggest things that I would suggest, buddy, is with your irons and your driver is you got to get those hands moving inside, almost like they're going to be going through your right bicep, and that's going to allow you to kind of get the path moving more inside of the ball. And that's going to kind of limit the either pulls, and with the driver for sure, it's going to allow you to stop chopping. Especially with the driver here, because we definitely want to get those hands more in, and that's going to actually give you more of a turn with your shoulders naturally. Hope that helps, buddy. I'll send you the video here shortly. Be good.